I understand that, as of late, you have felt troubled by the goings-on inside your mind. Sometimes when we fall asleep and we can have some thoughts, experiences, and so on that can disturb, frighten, or more likely than not, confuse us. I have allowed you to send me a description of a dream that you have had to allow me, a certifiable genius, to take a look and to analyze the content of those dreams. I had a dream. I saw you peeking into my room from my window. I got so scared, I screamed and ran out of my house. This is a sign, and I'll tell you what this sign means. At the moment, you are going through a phase where you've been following and really enjoying VTuber content, perhaps BowsAkuma content specifically. And yet in your dreams, when you see me approach in real life, you feel fear. Now, why is this? Well, if you or anyone else listening has the unfortunate experience of having a dream where I stare at you through your window and you specifically feel scared, I would like to reassure you. It is a sign that I am approaching your location and that I will kill you. You have been visited by an image of BowsAkuma in your dreams, and this will result in your imminent death. That is the only interpretation for this dream. The more afraid of me you are, the more powerful I will become. Next dream. There's a lot going on here. I believe what you might be experiencing is something we in the dream analysis community like to call severe brain rot. Contrary to popular belief, and contrary to what you might hear online, I cannot get pregnant. I think that what you're experiencing is a desperate desire to have a mother figure in your life. Perhaps in your life, or perhaps in the past few months, what you may have seen is some artistic interpretation, I'll say, of me as a giant, very caring motherly figure, holding you in my arms and cradling you. And I believe that what this represents is that you very much need to seek a therapist. I believe that if you're looking at a demon like me and you see me with a pregnant belly, and then I would assume POV experiencing the process of being born, there's more going on here that I have the power to diagnose. I would like to prescribe exactly 50 measures of grass, and I would also like to kindly ask you to reconsider telling me about your delusions about pregnant Vox. I was having drinks with my IRL friends at the bar, and they all brought their pets, and all the doggies stayed under the bar stools very well. And I asked, "May I bring Vox? I promise he'll be a good boy." You ended up sitting in the chair, no worries. So I'd like to make a global statement on the status of all kindred's dreams. I believe that all of you need help. I believe that all of you have a great many delusions about my true nature. I'm not a dog. I'm not some good boy. I'm not a polite little boy. If I was a dog, I think I would be a fucking menace. I think I would be running in circles and biting people's ankles. Regardless, what does this dream mean? Well, I'm a big part of your life to the point where you've had a dream about me. But I'm such a big part of your life, and you're such a big fan, which of course I'm very flattered about, to the point where you have fooled yourself into believing that you have some form of ownership of me. Think about that for a second. You have the ownership to be able to A, call me a good boy, and B, getting me to sit on a chair and be polite while you and your friends have drinks. All I'm gonna say is, maybe it's time to put the phone down, put the computer down, and take a walk outside. But I'm sorry to tell you, when you take that walk, you may not have me on a leash. I am my own man. I am my own man. And if you try to force me into this, well, I shall have nothing to say to you. I had a dream that I turned into a lunchbox, and I just kept getting tossed around. I was rocking the blue and orange combo as a lunchbox, though. Pog. What does this mean? Well, you are a bottom. A lunchbox is not only something that is purely used without regard for its safety by anyone who holds one, it's also something that people put things in, perhaps more than fits a lot of the time. Also, You are just happy that you're wearing that blue and orange combo. You just think you look hot. Be proud of who you are. Whatever you enjoy in the bedroom is whatever you enjoy. And what I would say, really like the most genuine piece of advice that I could actually give here, please get laid. Clearly you need it. Chased and killed by Vox in the forest. He was caught running too slow, and then Vox said, "This one looks very tasty. I was cooked." Not haiku, but it kind of reads like one, doesn't it? It's actually a beautiful piece of prose if you think about it. I believe what this is trying to get at is that you have seen my cooking streams. And I would say that there is very little in here that mentions you. Oh my fucking... There's a really big fly in my office. He flew onto the wall, and then I looked away, and I looked back, and he was gone. So if you hear something go bzzz at some point, I'm gonna take care of him. I mean, it's just a fly, but I'm gonna take care of him afterwards. I said the words, "This one looks very tasty." And so I think that this dream conflates two very important elements of your psyche. A is your love of food and your obsession with wanting to taste the food that I cook. But also, I believe there is something displayed of your own ego. You feel your ego will destroy you, as your ego makes you want to be eaten. You want to be told that you taste good. Not in a sexual sense, but literally as a prime steak. If offered the chance for you to harm yourself, or to be harmed by someone else, purely so that you could hear affirmation, yes, you taste well seasoned, you taste like a lovely steak, you taste like McDonald's chicken nuggets, you taste oh so fine, you would do it. So what I would say, and my final word on this stream, remember your own boundaries, and remember to check yourself before you Shrek yourself. I was dreaming about you and Mr. playing together, but suddenly Mr. turned into a mosquito, and because you're afraid of it, you just kicked it with your hand. But then Mr. didn't die. He turned into a bigger mosquito, which is cat-sized, and you kept kicking him, but then he turned as big as a lion. In the end, Mr. ate you, and he turned as big as an elephant. This is what it would be like if Mr. was Australian. I think that the really interesting part of this that perhaps you neglected to mention is that he turned into a mosquito, and my first instinct was not to try and turn him back. My first instinct was to kill him. If put in a position where I do not understand or am afraid of one of my co-workers, you believe that my first instinct will be to kill him. And this is a problem. I would never kill Mister. He's too funny. I couldn't kill that funny boy. Makes me smile too much. I feel that what you're worried about is that my own personality and my negativity and my impulsivity will cause not only problems for me, but also the rest of the world at large. You worry that if I can't manage to live with the mosquitoes in my life, that perhaps the whole world will be exposed to an even larger mosquito. And so for that reason, I have to thank you. You not only woke up from the stream, but I woke up from my trance. I am now a better man, and I will no longer slap any mosquitoes. I shall live in harmony with all of nature. Also, how hilarious that I mentioned the fly right before we read this dream. I will be smashing that fly as soon as I find him, but it does draw up quite a few fears. There he is. Fucking hell. He knows, he's a quick one. He's a quick one. I dreamed of a story about the devil destroying the world, and in my dream, the symbol of the devil was a gorilla. It's the one my lord put in the answer area when he participated in Luxium's... Oh yes, so the Luxium game show. We were all doing the game show with Mr. and he asked us, to do this, and I thought I will include something funny in my MS Paint. And so I literally Googled royalty-free chimpanzee. He can be here with us. He can be here. You guys know how terminally hilarious I am, and how I will often make decisions very much to my detriment because I think that'd be funny. If I was such an incredible tactician that I managed to lead a coup to destroy the free world as we know it, to become the ruler of a new world, you bet your ass I would make this monkey with the Dreams Time fucking watermark That would be my flag. In court, what I would do is I would essentially say that if someone is convicted of a crime, in their defense, they can include elements of the crime that are humorous. And if the judge giggles or chuckles, all charges will be dropped because it would be funny. And that is how I work. You imagine how funny it is that I would have this funny chimp as my flag. But I would like to warn you that if I ever was in a position to do this, I would cause the destruction of the free world and this chimp would watch it all happen. So I would like to say, if you are ever feeling secure and safe with the way that the world is treating you, I would just like to say that I will always be ready to destroy it at a moment's notice, and I will make it funny too. I saw you propose to Bowser, and he said yes. Then you picked up your guitar and played a song called Little Turtle. I shed tears of emotion. Bowser saw me crying, and he said to you with a painful expression,
I'm sorry. I love her. We can't be together.
And I was furious and yelled, why are you doing this to me? I was so scared that I started running and said, I'm sorry. You were chasing me and tried to smash me with the guitar. I think what you're experiencing is that you ship Bowser with me, but you are also very unhealthily and delusionally in love with Bowser. How do you balance an unhealthy attachment to someone you know online while also wanting them to be with someone else that you know online, but you also want to be with them yourself? How do you balance this? And that chaos is represented in this film. Listen to how good the plot is. My brain got confused and I said film instead of dream. Perhaps it's time to admit that the right thing for you is a polyamorous commune. Perhaps the right thing for you is to find some big motherfucker and to just become a part of whichever relationship that he is currently involved in. And all you have to do is remember there is a darker side to polyamorous relationships. And I'm gonna tell you what it is. Remember that if they decide to become upset with you, and if things don't quite work out, they will vote you out like Among Us. Don't be the imposter in your polyamorous relationship. Treat Bowser and me with respect, and you can continue to have your favorite BL pairing of BowsAkuma, which by the way is the most base by far, and you can also get in on the action as well. You know, perhaps that dream earlier where the one person was pregnant is a sequel to this dream where they are the child of me and Bowser, because truthfully, I think Bowser is the only one I would allow to impregnate me. I think it's time that I told you all the truth. I've never crashed before. I've never bumped into anything. I have never rear-ended anybody. I've never scuffed my car. I have never scraped it on a wall. But I'm here to reveal to you, the only reason that I have not managed to get myself into an accident yet is because when I said I could drive, I was lying. I can't drive. I made up the fact that I could drive because I thought it would be more sexy if I could. And so I made up an elaborate series of lies to make you think that I could drive because I figured that would be hotter of me. I'm sorry, and I do not expect to be forgiven. I have been causing so much havoc with people who believe that I could drive, but in actuality, I cannot. This dream got me to reveal the truth, because truthfully, I don't think this was a dream at all. This was a vision, and this came to me for a reason. Oh God, I really don't want to see my face on another drama channel thumbnail. Lied about being able to drive! Yes, I did, motherfucker. Yeah, listen, I did drive sideways on the first date, but I was just working with my physical restraints, right? You have to remember that I am of 2 dimensions. They haven't allowed me to upgrade to 3D yet. If that ever happens, when it happens, I imagine I'll be able to drive a little better. For the time being, I am a 2D creature, and I can't turn to look at you while also facing the road. I'm a piece of cardboard. And pieces of cardboard shouldn't be allowed to drive. I dreamed that I met a boy. He tried to ask me out on a date next week, but I said to him, can I answer you next Monday? Vox updates his schedule every Monday. I don't want to miss his streams. I'm going to be 100% real with you. Look into his eyes. This is the therapy monkey. I want you to look into his eyes and really be honest with him, okay? You must make a choice between what you love or what you could love. Truthfully, what I see here is an admission that perhaps you are happy where you are. If someone asks you out, but your only thought is about making sure that you can attend a BowsAkuma stream, I believe all this does is tells you that perhaps you're just not that into them. Maybe one day, someone will come along who you do like back, and in that instance, I would trust that you understand that real relationships are more important than being able to attend every single one of BowsAkuma's streams. Okay, I think I might have to put him down. I think he's getting a little agitated. Did one of you guys shine a flashlight at him or something? Listen, you guys know how chimpanzees are. If a speck of dust falls at the wrong angle, he's gonna forget what day of the week it is, and is gonna decide that everyone around him needs to have their heads removed, or else his gut is going to explode. This monkey is not fucking around, and he is just trying to keep himself safe. So please, be good to him, and remember that the therapy monkey's wisdom comes at a price. Feels good. Feels excellent to have spent my time helping my fellow kindred with all of their many problems in their dreams. Every single dream that I analyzed today, I have given you the true meaning. There is no other way of interpreting them. And if you dare to disagree with me, I will have words with your dad. Maybe I might fuck your dad too. If he's asking for it, do you want that to happen? Do you want me to become your stepfather? Don't argue with me.